Assalamu alaikum, peace and blessings be upon you all. Welcome back to another podcast of ours. Today I'm delighted. I have a close friend, Elsbeth, with me today. And today's topic is, we've just come out with the name, New Beginnings, because we couldn't put a title to it. I've known Elsbeth for nearly 14 years, and she is one of the most inspiring women I've come across. So, and we've gone through different journeys together. But there's one particular journey that's helped Elsbeth to grow. And it's encouraged me in so many ways. And this is why I've brought her along today, for her to share that journey with us. So over to you, Elsbeth.
Well, thank you, Nehad. Okay, so to give you a little bit of a background then, when I first met Nehad, one of the first questions she asked me was, do I believe in God? And I said, no, I think there's probably some sort of higher power, but no, not really. And to be honest, I hadn't really given it any thought. So it was her mission to, this girl is going to believe in God. I care for this girl, she's going to believe in God. And I was really, I don't know, quite shut up from it, really. Nehad used to get really frustrated. It's like, why can she not see God? Why is she not getting this? What's the matter with her? So Nehad started to get me to pray. And I found prayer, through prayer, it was really good reflection. And I found over a short time, my prayers were being answered. And that made me think, hey, maybe God exists. And then I did research. I did a lot of reading, and just on a sort of biological scale, the probabilities of how things happen, the way things happen, the intricacies of everything, the cell and the whole factories in themselves, and the probability that man would be around is just, if you're looking at it scientifically, we shouldn't exist. There are too many things that shouldn't happen. So I started to view God logically rather than with faith. I started to see God as, there has to be a God, because without a God, we don't exist. Without a God, there is no creation. Everything around us is a miracle, because none of it should be there. Probability tells us that everything is so intricate and so miniature, it's incredible. It has to be a design. So this was starting my thinking. So my faith is starting to grow. Logically, it tells me there's a God. My prayers are being answered. It's telling me there's a God. So I'm sort of coming along to this conclusion. And then I have an appointment, a hospital appointment, and I'm told very much out of the blue that I have cancer. Now I get a lump in my throat now, not because I had cancer, but because of what followed. So I'm given the news, I'm on my own, and I go back home and I don't know what to do with this news. I have cancer of the womb. I'm sort of dumbfounded, and I get in the house, I live on my own, and I just knelt on the floor and I just burst out crying. I didn't know how to react. I was sort of panicky inside. And I'd been crying for all of probably 6 seconds, not long. And there was a voice in my head. And when I say voice in the head, people think it might be quite grandiose, like, whoa. It's nothing like that. It's the sort of voice in your head where you think, oh, where are my car keys? The voice says, oh, I think you left them in the kitchen. It was not a big, overwhelming voice, but the words I found profound, and it was the words that changed my life, continue to change my life. So I was kneeling down and I was crying, and the voice in my head said, trust in me, let go, and I'll make things easy. And with that, all my worries just vanished. I was calm. I had no need to tell anyone because I knew they would worry, and I just felt completely at peace with it. And from that time, I've lived my life very, very differently. Thank you, God, I'm clear of cancer. That was, we're going back about 10 years ago. And that was an easy process. God had made it easy for me. As Nehad knows, I don't like struggles. I don't, give me an easy path. I'd like to follow the path easy, please. And I've learned by letting go of anything that I can't control to trust in God. And anything that I can't control doesn't belong to me. It belongs to God. So I hand it over to God. Then it becomes easy for me. Things that I can control, that's for me, that's my responsibility, and I have to learn and I have to grow with that. But if it's out of my control, it's not for me. So I get anxious and worried about it because there's nothing I can do about it. Anxiety is not going to help. So you have to trust God. I sent Nehad a picture a little while ago, and this is how I visualize it. There's a person in a current in the water, and they've got the hands up in the air, and they're flowing with the current. So God is your current. If you struggle against that current, if you're fighting it, you're in dire straits. You're going to just wear yourself out. You're really worried. You're creating a fight for yourself. If you go with the current, if you trust where that current's going to take you, then things are easy. So I have learned that just to let go, and trust me, on a daily basis, I'm saying, let go, trust me, I'll make it easy for you. I live by that.
That's amazing, because I've seen you through this journey, and I've seen where you were and where you've come. You've come really, really far, and those words help me, as you know, and I've been able to pass those words onto others, and I know I can see that it's helped others. But you must believe in it, right, Elspeth? You must believe in it. It's not just words. You must believe in the power of those words. But
absolutely. I'm surprised I'm not blabbing now, because normally when I speak of it, because it's so profound, I normally sort of choke, and I cry, because and I have a thing. Do you have a thing called cry of truth?
Yeah.
So if there's something that's so true, tears come. So yeah, of course you have to believe in it. I'm hesitant as to what to say. There are so many truths in that trust in me, let go, and I'll make it easy. We say life is tough sometimes, and it's like, we struggle. But if you look at all our struggles, nearly all our struggles, maybe all our struggles, they're of our own making, because we are fighting. We're thinking we want to go one way, but if we just drifted and went the other way, it would be easy. So, and so often, sorry, I'm blabbering on now, but so often what we think is the good way, the right way, isn't the right way. So again, you have to trust in God to say, he does know what's best for you. So maybe a diagnosis of cancer, it's like, oh, that's really bad, but it was the best thing that could have happened to me, because it changed my life. I started living after cancer.
Wow. Yeah. And I remember when I was told, and you've said, people kept saying to you, oh, that must be really hard for you, but you would always say, no, but it was made easy. and we'd look at you and think,
Oh, yeah.
like,
Yeah, you were one of the worst. Oh, because of all your struggles, Elspeth. And I'm like, you don't get it. It's easy.
yeah,
It's not
yeah,
a struggle. It's not a big deal. It was made easy for me. I do have struggles. I have challenges. Um, and the challenge always, when it boils down to it, is, Elspeth, you're having difficulty now because you're not letting go. You're
yeah,
holding on to some negatives here. It might not be your own negatives, it's someone else's negatives, but you're holding on to them. Just let them go. So easy words to say, but it's going to be a lifetime of a challenge for me to live by those words.
yeah,
I just know that things become right when I do let go and I trust.
yeah. And I can put my hand up to that, because since you've said over the years, try it this way. It's worked for me. It really has worked for me. I just I can. I've got an imagination, and I can visualize things. So when you told me, just close your eyes and imagine yourself in the middle of the sea and your hands are up in the air, and just go with the wave, don't go against it. It really does work. It really does work. It's like when I was faced with a test, and I'm I'm known to worry, but when you said that, I'd be like, Imran, 1 minute, just wait, I've got to do this thing, and I'd close my eyes. And he's like, what are you doing? And I'll be like, I'm going with the wave. It does work. It really does work. You need to try it. And it's true, because I've just gone through something that's really testing and trialing. But it was that kept me going, because it's true. It's going against it is what tires you out. And it does make it harder. And when people maybe no, go on else.
No, just sort of, it's the same thing over and over again. I can bore everyone for a long time, but I see it in other people. I see it in myself so often. You're struggling. Why? You're worried. It's a worry. And it's, well, yeah, but is worrying going to help you, or is it going to make it worse? And so often worrying makes it worse, whether it's a physical thing, a health thing, or you're trying to be there for someone else and you're conveying their worry. Worry is not helping. And then I think people feel guilty if they don't worry. Oh, I can't care. I can't be caring because I'm not worried about them. But if you trust, and you know worrying's not going to help because it's not for you. This is bigger than you are, and that's why it's a struggle. God can handle it, no problem. Hand it to him, trust him. It's out of your control. Then why is the need for worry? I think if you're feeling something positive, never feel guilty about that. There are a lot of expectations about how you should feel in certain situations. The only thing is right is what you feel inside, what your intention is. So never feel put off or feel like you have to worry, or that you feel guilty for not feeling a certain way. Maybe someone close to you dies, and because your faith is strong and you know they're a good person, you know everything's going to be fine, maybe you're not upset. Why should you be upset if you genuinely think they've gone to a better place, you believe in God? Why feel upset? Yeah, you might generally equally cry because you miss them, but it's your emotion, it's not anyone else's emotion. So you go with what you feel, what you believe, what is right for you. A very good friend of mine, Nehad, told me it's not your actions or what you do, it's your intentions. If your intentions are honorable, then you're answering to yourself, you're answering to God. It's your intentions. Things might go wrong and people might misread your intentions, but if your intentions are right, you know you'll do the best that you can.
Absolutely. Wise words, Elspeth.
Yeah, I might have nicked those.
Well, thank you for that, Elspeth. I could sit and listen to you because it makes me feel strong. It really does. It's you're a blessing in my life. I'm grateful for that.
We can that works both ways very much.
Yeah, we'll have that conversation on the phone a bit later. But Elspeth, if someone's listening right now and is going through a testing time, what would you want them to know? What would you want to say to them?
I think the first thing I would say is, what can you do to make things better? Can you physically actually have an action or say something that's going to change the situation around? If it's out of your control, yes, I want you to let it go. Trust in God. The only thing you can do is pray. Everything else is not your doing. So the first thing I always say to people is, what can you do to control it? Sometimes there are things you can do. In that case, focus on what you can do. But once you've done that, you just have to go with the flow and just see where it takes you. And don't always think that just because the outcome you thought you wanted, the outcome you prayed for, just because that doesn't happen doesn't mean to say it's the wrong outcome.
Thank you, Elspeth. I know it's a bit difficult trying to get it all set up, but it worked at the end. And powerful words. So thank you for that. So anyone that's listening today and has felt moved by this, please let us know. If there's anything we can help, we have a helpline, we have our social media platforms. If you've got a story you want to share with us, we'd love to hear about it. We'd love to hear it. I'd love to bring you on here and listen to your story. Please email to Gems of Faith. You can go on to our website and find the web address. And it's weird because I speak to Elspeth quite a bit, but it's got me. What you've said has really got me. So I'm like, it has. It's in a good way, Elspeth, in a really good way.
I hope so, because it
really
has. For me, from this end, it sounds kind of matter of fact, and I was just thinking, oh.
No, it really has, and it's just, and also I've seen us both grow, and it's overwhelming. It's overwhelming, and that we're sitting here, and we've got to the, you've got to the stage that I want people to hear your story. It's amazing. So that's why I'm like, it's so easy to say goodbye and go, but it's like, I want to hear more. So maybe
go.
So maybe we can bring you back in the near future, and
that'd be good.
Yeah, that'd be great. Okay.
Alrighty.
So
I say goodbye.
So everyone take care. We're going to end the podcast now. Take care, and please stay in contact with us, and check up on our next podcast that's going to come out in 2 weeks. But for now, take care and stay safe. Thank you.
Bye-bye.